Good afternoon students, we will be doing chapter 11 decimals, first part. Now what are decimal fractions? A fraction whose denominator is 10, 100 or 1000 or any other 10 times or multiples of 10 is called a decimal fraction. For example, 5 upon 10, 28 upon 100, 315 upon 100. So if you see here, all the denominators are multiple of 10. So when the denominators are multiple of 10, then we say that fractions are decimal fractions. We will study conversion of fraction into decimals. For example, if suppose this is a fraction 32 upon 10, how you will convert this fraction into decimal? The first step is you have to write the whole part of this fraction first. Now in this fraction 2 upon 10, 3 is a whole part. So you will write 3 first. Place a dot after the last digit of the whole part of the number. Now in this fraction 2 upon 10, 3 is a whole number. So after this whole number you have to place a dot, and this dot is called as decimal point. This symbol is called decimal point. Write the numerator of the proper fraction part. Now here 2 upon 10, this is a proper fraction, this is not improper fraction. So this is proper fraction. Now you have to write 3 decimal point, and after decimal point whatever is there in the numerator, that you will be writing after decimal point. So this way 2 upon 10 we will write it in the decimal form as 3.2. Again I will explain here. This 3 first we will write here, then followed by a decimal point. After that the numerator of a proper fraction we will write. I will show one more example. If suppose the whole number is 53, 25 upon 100. So first we will write 53 as a whole number. Once you finish writing the whole number, you will write a decimal point, and whatever is the remaining of this numerator, whatever is the numerator, you will write as a after this decimal point, that is 53.25. So this way you will convert the fraction into decimal. Now how you will convert the decimal into fraction? Suppose if I give you 5.16, so this is a decimal number. I have to convert this into fraction. First step is I will write the whole number from this fraction. Okay, write the whole number without decimal point. So you will not put decimal point here, you will just write the whole number here. Once you finish writing the whole number, what is the second step? Count the number of decimal places. That is, here if you see after the decimal 1, 6. So how many places are there? 1, 2. So after decimal there are 2 places occupied by 1 and 6. That is the number of the places to the right of the decimal number. That means after this decimal, how many numbers are there? So there are 2 numbers here. So you will write that many. Okay, so how many numbers first you have to count? So there are 2 numbers. Third step is write the denominator with 1 followed by as many zeros as the number of the digit after the decimals. That means after this decimal, how many numbers are there? There are 2 numbers. So in denominator you will write 1, and suppose there are 2 numbers here, so we will write 2 zeros. Okay, I will write one more example. I will solve here. Suppose it is 23.615. So here first step is I will write this number as it is, that is 23. I will not write a decimal point. whatever is here after the decimal points, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3. So first I will write 1 and I will write those many zeros in the denominator, and then I will write this in the numerator. So this way I will be writing fractions, converting the fraction into decimals. I have given few examples here. Suppose it is 4.3. The first step what I will do, I will write 4 here. Now 3 is only one place occupying, so I will write 1 and 1 0 here and 3 will be here. Similarly, here after decimal there are 2 numbers, so I will write 1 and 2 zeros. The whole number I will write as it is. So 21, whatever is in the numerator, whatever is after the decimals, I will write that as a numerator. So this way you will convert decimals into fractions and fractions into decimals. Now here we have studied in the previous classes the place value table or place value chart. The same we will be studying here, something similar. This is a place value chart. This is a 0. So when you go from your 0 towards your left hand side, you will see it is multiples of 10. 1 into 10 is 10, 10 into 10 is 100, 100 into 10 is 1000. So you will be multiplying this from this side. If you go from left to go towards the left hand side, you will be increasing by 10. Now if you go from 0 to right hand side, you will be decreasing on the right hand side. So 1 upon 10, so 1 upon 100, 1 upon 1000. So here if you write unit tens, 100, 1000, so 1 upon 10 we write it as tens, hundreds, thousands. So this is the place value chart for decimals. Now your whole number, decimal and fraction part. So this is a whole number. Suppose I will give an example, 215.309 upon 1000. Now students, your whole number, so this is a whole number and this is a fraction part and this is a whole number part. In this whole number part, if you see, this is unit, 10, 100. Now here if you see, we write it as tens, hundreds and thousands. So this way this fractional part will be done. Consider the following examples. The first example, convert 1396 meter into kilometers. Now we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. This we have studied in the lower classes. So therefore 1 meter is equal to how much? 1 meter is equal to 1 upon 1000 kilometers. Okay, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So how much is 1 meter? It will be 1 upon 1000 kilometers. Now if I ask you to convert 1396 meters into kilometers, that is 1396 upon 1000 kilometers. Now this, how you will write it in the decimal form. To represent this kilometers in decimal form, we get a new place value to the right of the decimal point. So now just now I had taught you about the place value table. So the same thing they have explained here, that in a new place value table we go in the right side of the decimal point. We get the first placed after the decimal point by dividing the number by 10 is its tens place. Okay, after the decimal, just now I had explained all this. After the decimal we get 1 upon 10, that is tens place. Then we get a second place after the decimal point by dividing the number by 100. The same thing, students, what I have taught you here, they have explained here. Similarly, we get the third place after the decimal point by dividing the number by 1000, and it is thousandth place. So we can, how we will write this, 1396 upon 1000 kilometers can be written as 1.396 kilometers in the decimal form. Now 1396 upon 1000. So how many zeros are there? 3 zeros. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll put my decimal point here. So my answer will be 1.396. So this way, one more, if it is 1286 upon 1000, this is one more example. Now here there are 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. So the decimal will come 1, 2, 3 and here. So the answer will be 1.286. So this way you will write the decimal point, and see how you will be able to put the decimals. Now your decimal place value chart, they had given the example here, 1436. Now 1436, it is a whole number. There is no fraction. Fraction means after decimal whatever comes, it is a fraction. So there is no fraction, there is no decimal point, so there will be no fraction. So when there is no fraction in a place value chart, on this side, on the right hand side, there will be nothing. So you will put these values here on the left hand side. Now left hand side we have the whole number. So this 1436, so 6 is in the units place or ones place, 3 is in tens place, 4 is in hundreds place, and 1 is in thousands place. But we are not writing anything on this side because there is no fractional part here. Now they had given one example here, that is 426.038. Now this 426.038, here if you see there is a decimal point, and these numbers, they are fractions and these are whole numbers. So these numbers you can put in the place value table, decimal place value chart. You can put this, the numbers which are on the left hand side of the decimal, you can put under ones, tens and hundreds. Point. Now that is 038. So after decimal we have 038. So if you see in the chart here, after decimal, now this 0 has some value. This 0 is in tens place, 3 is in hundreds place, and 8 is in thousands place. That is, it is in 1 upon thousands place, this is 1 upon hundreds place, and this is 1 upon tens place. But now this is upon ones place, tens place and hundreds place. This is a place value chart, you remember, I hope. So now in questions they are asking which digit is in the hundreds place. So 4 is in the hundreds place. If you see, this 4 is in the hundreds place. Which digit is in the tens place? Okay, now students, 10, T-E-N-S, tens and tenths, they are two different things. Okay, so just make sure that you don't mix up these two things, or 100 and 1000. Here if you see, they are using THS, okay, and here it is not there, so just don't mix up the things. Which digit is in the tens place? Now in this tens place we have 0. So we will write the answer. 0 is in the tens place. Which digit is in the hundredth place? So here if you see hundredth place, the value is 3. So we will write 3 is in the hundredth place. Which digit is in the thousandth place? Now in thousandth place we have 8. So we will write 8 in a thousandth place. Next question. Which digit is in the ones place? So below this ones place we have 6. So answer is 6. So this way you will be writing the decimals in the place value table. Now write the following numbers in the decimal place value chart. Now decimal place value chart I have taught you. Again I will explain. This is 0 and here you know this is ones, tens, hundreds and thousands, and on this side it will be tenths. Remember this, tenths, hundreds, again your THS, and your thousands. So decimal you will put here and you will start writing, you will put decimal here and whatever the whole number is on this side and fractions on this side. Means after decimal whatever comes, after this decimal point whatever comes, it will come on the right hand side. So this way they had filled up this chart. Okay, so you can see this chart and you can learn yourself. Now example 4. Write the expanded form of the given decimals and then write them in words. Now just pay attention here students. Here they have given 4518.264. So 45418.264. Now if you see this, the decimal point is here. This is ones, 10, 100 and 1000. Now here this is 1/10, 100 and this 4 is in 1/1000's place. So you know that this is 5000 plus 400. We have already written here. So this is 5000 plus 400 plus 1/10 plus 8 ones plus 2/10, okay, plus 6 hundreds and plus 4 thousands, okay, thousands. So now we can write 4 into 1000. How you will write? This way, plus 4 into 100. So you will add 4 into 100 plus, now tens, it is 1. So 1 into 10 plus 8 into 1. This much I know you can easily know because you must have studied in the lower classes. Now this part, now from here, just pay attention. Now 2 into, how we have wrote here 1000, the same thing we will write here from here. 2 into 1/10 plus 6 into 1/100 plus 4 into 1/1000. So this way you will expand it, okay, this way you will expand it. Now 5 into 1000 is how much? It's 5000 plus 4 into 100 is 400 plus 10 plus 8 plus. Now 2 into 1, that is 2 ones are 2 upon 10. Now 6 into 1 upon 100, that is 6 upon 100 plus 4 upon 1000. Okay, so this way you will multiply all this and get some answer. Now how you will write this in words? You will write 5418. Okay, this is 418 and 264 thousandths. So how you get 200 and here you will add this whole numbers together and here you will combine this together. So here we will write 5418 and now here 2 plus 6 plus 4, okay, that is 264. This is 264. You have seen your, it is 264. So you will write 200 and 264 thousandths. Remember this. Okay, this way you will be writing in words. There are there are 2 more problems, so you can solve those problems on your own. Decimal places. The digits in the decimal part are called decimal places. For example, 4109.34 has 2 decimal places. What does this mean? Here 4109.34. So after this decimal there are 2 places, right? Two numbers are there. That means there are 2 decimal places. Suppose this is one example. Second example, if I take 219.615. So here after decimal there are 3 places. Okay, so there are 3 decimal places. Equivalent decimals. The decimal numbers which have equal values are called equivalent decimals. Now suppose 0.2. Example 0.2. So equivalent decimal of this will be 0.20 or 0.200 or 0.2000. Any number, any 0 you add, but the value of this 2 is same. 0.2, this all are 0.2. After this 2, any number of zeros are added, but the value of this is 0.2 only. So these all are equivalent decimals. What are like decimals? The decimal number that have the same number in the decimal places are called like decimal. Now here one example, suppose if you see 2.81, 35.94, 7.32, these are all set of like decimals. Why they are like decimals? Because here if you see after decimal point the decimal places are same. That is, here there are 2 decimal places. After the decimal there are 2 numbers. This also 2 numbers, 2 numbers and 2 numbers. So these are all decimal. These are all like decimals. Why? Because suppose 20.58, 31.65. So if you see this, there are 2 digits here, there are 2 digits here. So they are like decimals. What are unlike decimals? The decimal number which have different number of decimal places are called unlike decimals. Like here, if I change this 20.581 31.65. Now these are unlike decimals. Why? Because the decimal places here is 3 and here it is 1, 2, 2. So the decimal places or the numbers after the decimal points are 3 in numbers and these are 2. Okay, that is why they are unlike. Now how to convert the unlike decimal to like decimal? Here, consider a part of unlike decimal. So, they had given one example of unlike decimal. Now, why they are unlike? Because 5.36 and 27.2. Here there is only 1 and here there are 2 digits after the decimal point and here is only 1 digit. So, they are unlike. Now, to find the equivalent decimal with the same number of decimal place, add as many zeros to the right of the decimal as needed. That means, suppose after this 5.36, how many digits are there? There are 2, 3 and 6. There are two digits. Here how many digits are there? Only 1. So, we have to make this unlike to like. So, when you are doing this, you have to add 1 0 to make it like. Now, there are 2 digits on this side after the decimal. Even here there are 2 digits. So, now it becomes like. But when we are doing this, students, and now this 20.20, the value is same, because we have seen in equivalent decimals any number of zeros you add but the value will remain same. So, when you add 0, this 2 value is same only, it will not change. The equivalent decimal 27.2, it has 2 decimal parts. Now it is having 2 decimal parts, so they had become like. So both are like. Now here they had given one more example here. Convert the given unlike decimals into like. So they have given four numbers here: 42.7, 53.28, 261.135, 11.01. Now in this there is only 1 digit, in this there are 2 digits, and in this only this 2 digit, and here 3 digits. So you have to find the highest digits after the decimal. So in this, if you see 261.135, this is the highest digits after the decimal. So okay, in these decimals, the third decimal number has the highest number of decimal places, that is 3. Here if you see, there are, if you see in this, there are 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3. Now to make this like, we have to make all these places, all this decimal, all these numbers after the decimal, it should be 3. So now here if you see 42.7, so we have to fill this 2 places to make this 3 places now. So we will add 0. So now 1, 2, 3 and here 1, 2, 3. So these two are like. Now second one is 53.28. Okay. Now there are 2 places here and we, how many places we want? 3. So I'll add 1, 0. So my here this becomes 3. So now this and this is like 0.01. So there are 2 places, I have to add 1 0, so it will become 3. Now if you see, after decimal, this is having 3 digits, this is having 3 digits, and this is also having 3 digits. So they all becomes like. Similarly, you will be solving these 2 examples on your own. Here the highest one is 3 digits again, 7, 4, 2. Here it is 2 digits, here it is 1 digit, here it is 2 digits. So we will be considering, we will be taking the highest decimal places number and making the remaining ones, converting the remaining ones to like fractions. So comparing this, there are 3 places here, so you have, here are 2 places, here is 1 and here 2. So to make this, we will add 1 0 here. For 8.5, we have to add 2 zeros, so that this becomes 3 now, 3 digits after the decimal. This way you will be solving problem number this example 5C. Thank you students. I hope you understood this lecture.